All right, welcome to the show here today, guys. Now, real quick, if you find yourself enjoying this video here today, please feel free to give it a thumbs up by smashing that like button. And if you want to connect with me on a daily basis, please make sure to hit that subscribe button as well and join the Brock Page family. I'd love to have you, and certainly appreciate all your likes, all your subscribes, and all your comments as well. Now, guys, I'm feeling great on a Tuesday morning because we went 5-1 in our 6 premium sports picks on BrockPage.com yesterday. That's going to improve our record to 10-1 in our last 11 college basketball tier package picks on that very website. And the good news is we have another college basketball tier package pick going off here today. We're also 10-1 with a push in our last 12 extra daily picks on that very same webpage. And if you want to access today's extra daily pick, it's only going to cost you just $2.99. We currently have over 905 members who are signed up and active on that site. And if you want to see which one of these free YouTube picks on my channel that I'm actually betting on personally, there's only one way to do that, and that's to sign up for a membership on my website at BrockPage.com. Now, the Warriors take on the Nets, 7:30 p.m. Eastern start time. Brooklyn's -3, totals 222. Despite being favored in this one, Brooklyn's failed to cover the point spread in 6 out of their last 10 outings. They're also still going to work without Claxton and Millsap. Sharp is also listed as questionable for today's action. Now, we're looking at a Brooklyn Nets team who has kind of struggled to rebound the basketball this year. They're currently in the bottom 10 in offensive rebounding, bottom 10 in defensive rebounding at home. And speaking of home court, the Nets are averaging just 105 points a game offensively at the Barclays Center. They're taking on an 11-2 Golden State team who leads the NBA in scoring on average per game. Steph Curry scoring over 28 points a night, 6 rebounds, 6 assists for Steph. Meanwhile, Andrew Wiggins is scoring 18 points a game along with 4 rebounds. Golden State's in the top 3 in the NBA in offensive rebounding. And injury-wise, Green is out, but Payton has been upgraded to probable. Now, total-wise, 3 out of Golden State's last 4 road games fell under the number. They're also 69% to the under for the entire season. Meanwhile, the Nets are 5-1 to the under at the Barclays Center this season. I'm going to lean toward Golden State +3, under 222. Next contest, Sixers, Jazz, 10 o'clock Eastern tip-off. Utah's -9.5, totals 216. As bad as Philly's been playing injured, it's actually the Jazz who were playing equally as bad with a healthy lineup. Utah lost 4 out of their last 5 ball games, 1-4 against the spread during that stretch. Utah shooting just 31% from beyond the arc at home. Meanwhile, defensively, the Jazz are in the bottom 5 in defending the 3-ball at home as well. Now, they're taking on a Sixers team who's still going to work without Joel Embiid, and they're also going to have to go to work here tonight without Danny Green and possibly Matisse Thybulle. So these guys are banged up. You know, it hasn't been a completely healthy lineup. It's certainly showing in the record. Having said all that, though, the Sixers are actually playing their best basketball on the road. They're 4-2 straight up when traveling, 4-2 against the spread in those 6 road games. They've done all that while rather depleted roster-wise. Philly leads the entire NBA in offensive field goal percentage. They're also drilling over 42% of their three-pointers when traveling. Tobias Harris is dropping over 21 points a night, 9 rebounds, 4 assists for Toby. Meanwhile, Tyrese Maxey is scoring over 17.5 points a game himself, 3 boards, 4 assists for Ty. The Sixers are in the top 3 in fourth quarter scoring on the road. Now, total-wise, Philly's last 3 straight did get over the number, 4-1 to the over in their last 5. Meanwhile, 3 out of Utah's last 6 home games got over the number themselves. I'm going to lean toward Philadelphia +9.5, over 216. Next and final matchup, it is going to be Spurs versus the Clippers, 10:30 Eastern tip-off. The LA Clippers are -7, totals 220. Now, the Clippers have won 7 out of their last 8 ball games, 6-3 straight up at the Staples Center. LA's allowing only 102 points per contest on their home court. They're also holding their opponents to just 30% shooting from beyond the arc at the Staples Center. Paul George is averaging 7.5 defensive rebounds a night and over 2 steals a game. Now, scoring-wise, George is getting 26.5 points a game along with 5 assists. Meanwhile, Reggie Jackson scoring nearly 18 points a night himself. 3 rebounds, 4 assists for Reg. The Clippers are in the top 3 in the NBA in third quarter scoring. They're taking on a Spurs team who dropped 7 out of their last 10 themselves. And they're still going to work without Pirtle and Collins. San Antonio struggling to rebound the basketball. They're in the bottom 10 in defensive rebounding, bottom 5 in offensive rebounding as well. Now, injury-wise, Landale is questionable for San Antonio. Meanwhile, for the Clippers, Ibaka, Morris, Mann, Preston, and Johnson, they're all questionable for them. Now, total-wise, 6 out of LA's last 10 meetings with San Antonio stayed under the line. Meanwhile, the Spurs are 5-2 to the under when traveling. I'm going to lean toward the LA Clippers -7, under 220. And with that, guys, now it's time for our quick pick recap. Powered to you by my website at brockpage.com, where we are 10-1 in our last 11 college basketball tier package picks. I like Golden State +3, under 222. Philadelphia +9.5, over 216. Before I give you my next and final free pick for the video, one final reminder that we are 10-1 in our last 11 college basketball tier package picks. We're also 10-1 with a push in our last 12 extra daily picks on that very same website. I'm going to lean toward the LA Clippers -7, under 220. And with that, guys, now it's time for our shout out of the day. And that's going to go to Ghost Jordan Reviews, who said the other day, "Keep up the good work, Brock." All the way from the Bahamas. And like I said the other day, it's always great to get, kind of international engagement on the channel. And of course, Bahamas. I was supposed to go to the Bahamas last year, and of course COVID hit. So I've been looking forward to getting to the island for a really long time. Hopefully things will get normal and I can get there, but always good to see folks in the comment section. And my good friend from the Bahamas, thank you for taking the time out to drop me a line in the comment section below. Now, guys, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on brockpage.com. If you guys do end up getting a membership here today on that website, just keep in mind you're going to get billed the day you sign up and then the first of every month following that. So if you do end up getting a membership here today on brockpage.com, you are going to get access to that content all the way through the end of November. Although I do tell folks in every single video, the earlier in the month you sign up, the better. But most importantly, guys, got to thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. I really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. And with that said, guys, happy Tuesday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at brockpage.com.